Oh,
Do we
wait,
have an
sorry.
introduction?
No, I'll just...
I was like, do we have a line?
Okay. Introduce your teammate, their role, and something interesting about them that fans might not know. This is Abby Ursig. She is a center back for the North Carolina Courage. She plays on the left side with me. And something that the fans might not know is that she loves baking every year for especially players like Merz, and I'm assuming it's gonna become a tradition for me too. She makes cakes and they're wild and they're hard and technical, and she's very good at baking.
This is Carson Pickett. As she said, we play on the left. She's my left-sided outside back. One thing fans don't know about her is that she's now become a coffee snob. She's now the proud owner of an espresso machine that we have at home every day without fail. Well, mine's a flat white.
Just regular lattes, sometimes with almond milk.
We took the syrup out because...
We did. I drank a lot of syrup.
What is some of the best advice you've shared with one another? Okay, so this one's really hard because we don't really share advice. We just kind of give each other a really hard time. But I also think that is kind of advice. You're gonna do something really bad today, but she's gonna take that the right way and play really well. So I don't know if that's advice or just...
I care about what people think a lot, so I beat around the bush. And I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned from you is just to be honest with people and to be straightforward with them, and then it doesn't get you in trouble. How long have you known each other? When and where did you meet? A year and a half?
I have a long year in the Courage.
Since I've gone to the Courage, so probably about a year and a half now. We met at the Courage.
On the turf?
On the turf field at Wake Med.
Fine sunny day in Raleigh.
I was very intimidated of her at first, and then she came over and actually had a conversation with me.
She
It's all
says that like I
history.
don't have conversations with people, but because she's in the back with me, I had to make sure that we were like on the same page. She was somebody that I wanted to play with, so then I could then tell the coach that we can keep her.
Yeah, whatever. It was my personality too.
What are some of your favorite team building activities you've participated in? We usually do it at the start of the year. We don't do this just with each other, it's a team thing. But we play a game where we just kind of get to know each other, ask silly questions, usually at like a potluck or like somebody's invited the team over to their place to introduce everyone.
I think when we like go out as a team or just have drinks at someone's house, I think that's when you really get to know each other. How do you encourage one another before a game? We don't.
We banter.
Yeah,
Probably.
we're both very sarcastic. We just kind of give each other crap and
Put
laugh.
each other in a good mood.
Like we both don't really take soccer, I feel like, too serious. I do take it very serious, but when I'm like on the pitch and getting ready for a game, I like to laugh and be a bit free.
But it puts us in a good mood.
Yeah.
And I think we play best when we're in a good mood.
For sure.
Share a story on how you have inspired one another personally and professionally. This is really easy for me because Carson's missing half of her arm. So she broke her thumb in one game and just nobody knows about it. I think she's quite tough. I think the mindset that she has sometimes is just like, get on with it. It's a bit blue collar, and I find that really inspiring, especially when she obviously has the excuse that she has and she can kind of use that whenever she wants and people will be like, yeah, it's fine. She just doesn't. When people around her give her the excuse to not be on the same level as everybody else, and I think sometimes she's actually on a higher level than most of us, so.
Thank you. I also got food poisoning in Tulum and I was very tough through
You
that.
were.
Abby inspires me through dedication. I think that when you really want something, you do everything you can to achieve that. You have a lot of ambition and you don't ever go away from what you want. I feel like you're so professional. I tend to have a lot of self-doubt and you have about no self-doubt. And I think that that's really important.
I wanted to go with the crowd and I wanted to be like friends with everyone and I wanted to just like have fun. But I realized that was a big disservice to people. There was just more that I could give. I could be in better shape. I could be a better athlete. I could be a better teammate. Learning to find that balance and learning that you can focus on yourself and you can also go and have fun sometimes, and knowing when that's appropriate is probably the biggest advice I would give people.
Yeah, well, so my fingernail came off as well as breaking my thumb. And I've never broken a bone before. So like, I didn't know any different. And I was like, oh my God, maybe it is just my fingernail. But I'm like, something's wrong. I feel like I'm gonna throw up or pass out. I'm just not sure. If something like that's going on, I'm either gonna be sitting in the locker room or I'm gonna be playing. When I'm going back and trying to tackle and play 1v1 or get up for a cross, like I'm not thinking about my broken thumb. It was disgusting, but I said that I was really glad it was broken because everyone thought I was faking it.
Yeah,
and
now we think yourself.
God forbid it's just my fingernail. How do you and the rest of the team stay connected to one another during the off season? This past break we've had, our little like friendship group Ew.
We're in 12.
We're in a group chat and we're like, oh, like check in. What are you doing today? Send some pictures of what you're doing, what activities you're doing.
Someone's sending a funny video of like what they've done at Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. But honestly, social media I think is the easiest because it kind of feels like you're being updated with their life without having to like fully have conversations.
Share your favorite on the field moment with one another. Okay, mine is whenever you put a cross in and I score.
How special.
And then we can celebrate.
Last year when I did put in a corner kick and it was perfect and he scored and like wouldn't high five me. You were high fiving everyone else.
But we got a good photo out of it.
Yeah, we did. But also, you should appreciate it more.
I did appreciate
I literally set you up for a goal and you had nothing to do with it.
You know what happens when I score though is everybody puts their hand on my head and I can't see.
Can't see who you're
like,
high-fiving.
Yeah, I was just like high-fiving blindly and I happened to have missed you.
So I appreciate that.
What is your definition of a good teammate? Is someone who just like has the team's back all the time. So like they don't necessarily have to be playing. I think actually some of the best teammates are the ones that don't play. They're always there with a smile. They're not complaining about anything. They're helping people. They're pushing people in training. They're people. They're a people person.
I would say about 5 years ago, I would say the best teammate is someone who scored all the goals or like was the best defender. Just being a lot more mature now, I think it's not your technique, it's not how many goals you can score, it's just actually being a genuine human and just having each other's backs, like you said. It's interesting as you get older, your mindset switches a bit. And so I think that was the biggest switch for me is that it actually has nothing to do with soccer. It's just about who they are as a person.
Cool.
Is that all?
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.